Hello and welcome to Kristi's Cropping and Creating. As I am taping this, there are still secret box number one available for this year, 2025. And Creative Memories is doing something different this year. They're going to have a bonus secret box at the end of the year, and you are eligible to purchase one at the end of the year, secret box number five, if you purchase each of the previous four. So today I'm going to do a layout with a previous secret box. I'm also going to use a tool that Creative Memories makes available to people that buy the Buy It All bundles when they first come out. And the advantage of getting those bundles, number one, you get a 10% discount. And number two, you get a Project Playbook with your bundle for free. After the fact, you can purchase the project playbook, but you can also talk to your advisor. If you don't have an advisor, of course, I would love to help you out. But you can use this project playbook with any collection. It's going to have layout ideas and ideas for how to use what is in the collection that it comes with, but of course, you can change it around. Back to the secret boxes. When the secret boxes are first released, you also get a 10% discount on that secret box. So secret box number one is valued at $58.50 in the US. You can purchase it for $52.50. Right now, they are still available. But if you want to guarantee that you are going to be able to get the bonus box at the end of the year, I encourage you to reach out to me or whoever your advisor is, or go ahead and place your order on your advisor's website so that you can get your secret box. And this year, they've also told us that each of them will have a border maker cartridge. So this is just an older border maker cartridge that I have, but and I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to incorporate it in today's layout. I'll see at the end if I do want to use it to go along the top of my border. It will fit the theme of what I'm working on today, but we'll see. Uh, Previous secret boxes have had various tools. It's always going to be exclusive items. Sometimes that's hard to say. So the only way you'll be able to get it is if you do get the secret box. So hopefully you will want to give it a try this year if you've never done it before, or I don't know, just I encourage you to give it a try because I really do think that they're fun and they are always worthwhile. So, all right, let me get started on my layout. I got to switch screens. If you do have questions about the secret box, please reach out to me. You can email me at kristibolin@gmail.com. Kristi is KRISTIBOLIN@gmail.com. And if you don't have an advisor, again, I would love to help you. My website is creativememories.com/user/KRISTIBOLIN. And I do have a weekly class that I teach. If you've watched my videos, you're probably sick of hearing me say that, but you can always reach out to me about Kristi's Croppers subscription group, and I would love to have you join in our weekly classes. I do hold monthly virtual crops as well, and so just, reach out to me and let me know if you would like to be part of my group. And I just thought of something and I've already forgotten what it was that I was going to say. But we're going to dive in to our layout. Actually, let me back up. On the website, when you go to creativememories.com, there's a little tab at the top that says details, and it will pull up this page and it will explain the theory behind getting the fifth secret box, or the details about getting the fifth secret box. So you can go and look that up if you need more information as well. Now, if we're following this sketch exactly as it is, you're pretty much just going to need your 12-inch trimmer, some adhesive, some embellishments, which you can make with punches, border maker cartridges, border punches, the embellishments that come with collections, including the gemstones and things like that. And you could use a decorative blade with this idea. I just noticed that none of mine are on the back of my trimmer right now. They're with my other trimmer in the other room. So I'm just going to make do with this. But also, you're going to need 2 base pages. Probably you would want them to match. The sketch is written for a single page, but I am turning it into a double page. You're also going to want some cardstock to make photo mats out of, unless you don't want to make photo mats. And you would need cardstock if you were making border maker cartridge pieces, border maker cartridge borders. Sorry, I keep pausing, y'all. But of course, you could always use decorative paper for those as well. So what we're going to do is you're going to want 9 different papers. It can be 5 papers and you use 2 sides of 4 of them, but you're going to want 9 different colors, designs, fill in the blank, 9 different things to make this layout, and they're going to be going horizontally across the page. So I did pick out 9 papers, or I don't know how many I picked out actually, but I'm going to use some of them I'm only going to use one side. And what we're going to do is of each paper, you're going to want 2 strips that are 1 inch each. So right now, I think I'm only using this side of this orange designer paper, and I'm going to cut me 2 1-inch strips. One of those will go on the left, one of those will go on the right, but I may end up coming back and using the back side of that page as well. Interestingly enough, this red basically looks like it has the same design as the orange, with the exception of the red almost looks like white dots, and on the orange, the dots almost look yellow. Again, I'm going to cut 2 strips. By the way, if the other side of your paper is directional, make sure you're cutting it the right way. This one is not, so it doesn't matter. But I am going to come across a paper that is directional, and in that case, I'm going to want to make sure that I cut it so that the design will be correct as it's going horizontal across the page. So one thing I like about this idea in this particular project playbook is that it is clean, easy. It looks like it's going to be really easy, really fast to put together. I'm just more of a fan of double page layouts, which is interesting because I used to not be. But now I realize that most every scrapbook page I do has so many pictures that I really need a second page to make it all fit. All right, this paper, the side that I'm using is directional. So since it's going to go horizontal across the page, I need to turn it this way to cut it. The back of this is not directional because no matter how you turn it, you're going to have diagonal stripes, but I'm not using this side. At least I wasn't planning to use this side, but I just wanted to point out that I am going to be okay cutting it going this way because that's the way I'm going to use it anyway. Okay, I'm going to use this side of the paper for sure. I think I'm going to use this side as well. Now this side, the little dash lines go horizontal, whereas on this side they go vertically. and unless I turn it the other way, and then they would go horizontal, but on the other side go vertically. So I do want all the color going up and down like this design has it. So I'm going to have to be okay with the fact that the other side of this is now going to have lines going, I believe it was horizontal, which that's fine. It'll still look good. It's not going to mess anything up at all. And I should have been counting how many do I have? And I don't mean how many total strips. I meant how many like colors do I have or prints do I have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I use the other side, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So this is one of the ones I was going to use the other side. So I'm just going to flip it over just for the sake of keeping count. And I will keep going from here. Now you can measure on our trimmer up to 1 3/4 inches. You can measure going to the right, or you can measure going to the left. And I find it easier when it is a smaller piece, like a 1/2 inch, 1 inch, all the way up to 1 3/4, to use the right hand measurements instead of the left, because then you have a bigger place to hold the paper down with your hand, that kind of thing. Right, and this, it makes me think of sunshines, but it's also a little geometric look to it. Again, I think that it is not directional because no matter how you turn it, you've got the weird looking sunshines are going to be okay, but on the other side are vertical stripes or horizontal stripes. Again, I'm okay with honestly, I would be okay with this going, once it's on my layout, to be going vertically or to be going horizontally, at least I think, because a horizontal cut, yeah, a horizontal cut is still going to get all of those colors in there. So that's how I'm going to choose to use this, with the lines, the colorful lines going horizontally across my page. I'm not going to say it never happens, but it's pretty rare for there to be a designer paper that both sides are directional. And as soon as I say that, I will prove myself wrong. But anyway, hopefully I'm not wrong. I just can't think of, it seems like almost always, if one side is directional, the other is not. But anyway, now this, because of the words, obviously it is directional. And I did not want to use the rainbow side anyway. So I'm going to go back and cut 2 more strips, and I should be finished with my cutting. Okay, so I'm going to put my trimmer up, and I'm going to be using this cardstock here as my base. And I'm going to center each side on my 13-inch mat. I may end up pushing them together so that I get my spacing correct, but for now, I'm just going to center them on the 13-inch mat inside the markings for making a 12 by 12 page layout. And honestly, I just need to decide, how do I want to go? Each stripe or strip of paper, depending on how you want to say that, stripe or strip, is going to start 1 inch from the bottom. And I'm going to want like a mix of, if I start with that white light background. I don't want to put another white light background immediately next to it. So I'm going to come up here and just lay that wherever I lay it, and I'll fix it later if I need to. And I know that two of mine had more of an orange color, and I don't want those together. So I'm going to put one at the top, and then I'll figure out where the other one's going to go. This, the top, you're going to start at 2 inches down. So on the measurements on your mat, start 2 inches down from the top. That will be as high as it will go. I may put those words here, and I may switch that up in a minute. I'm not sure. It looks like I've got two that are mostly this aqua or teal color, so you're not going to want those immediately next to each other. And obviously I can switch things up if I need to, all the way until I actually start adhering. And I keep moving my paper because I'm trying to hold too many things in my hands at the same time. If it's looking like it's not going to fit, it's simply because I don't have them properly spaced yet. And if I go a little bit lower than 1 inch or a little bit higher, as long as from the left side to the right side matches, it will be okay. All right, so I'm gonna look up and see, do I like the way this is looking so far? And I think I do, but let me think for just a minute. I kind of think I want to put this with the words at the very bottom, because depending on how my pictures end up going on this layout, the photos won't cover the words, or it won't cover much of them. It either won't cover any or it won't cover much. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And then I'm going to slide that up, and the red, I believe, because I have this that is too much of a white background, and I don't want that too close to that. I'm probably going to end up, now let me look again. I'm thinking about maybe bringing the yellow. No, I think I'm liking this now. So I'm going to start adhering, and then we will come back to work on the photo mats. So y'all hang tight. So I've already put down all but these last 3 strips, and I turned it off, honestly, to keep me from rambling so much. But I did want to point out that when you're putting these down, if you will start from the inside edge and work your way out. So if you're working on your left-hand page, start on the right side and work your way to the left. If you're working on the right-hand page, start on the left and work your way to the right. And that will help you in case you're working, this tape runner is about to run out, in case you're working on a piece of cardstock or designer paper that is slightly larger than 12 by 12 because we all know that occasionally it happens. And so it'll help you in creating, um, like not allowing uh, a gap. I'm not saying this right. If you start off the same edge and work your way to the side, then if you do have leftover, then you could trim it off of the one side. I'm still probably not quite explaining that correctly, but hopefully you do know what I mean, or email me if you have questions. So it just helps to make things go a little bit smoother if you always start from the same side. And this, of course, now that I am going again, it's wanting to go uphill. I think it's because this one is not laid correctly. I didn't have any issues when I was doing my left-hand page, but now I'm having a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this piece and this piece. So let me do that real quick. This is why I love using repositionable adhesive. It is not, it is still a permanent adhesive, and it is still going to hold your pages together, but it really allows you to reposition things so that if you do have a mistake, you can very gently and carefully pull up our regular tape runner. But in that case, you would need to use a multi-purpose tool, and you would have to be really gentle and go slow so as not to rip. But as you could see, I went really fast because I used the repositionable adhesive in the first place. All right, so for this layout, now I know this looks kind of busy, but look how cool this is going to look when all is said and done. And we're going to put some photo mats on here. So the actual layout calls for, oh my goodness, I can't see those measurements. We are going to make two 4.5 by 6.5 mats for one side, and we will probably make more. Not probably, we are definitely going to make more for the other side. But for now, we're going to start with one side, 4.5 by 6.5, which will allow you to cut or to not have to trim a 4 by 6 photo. You won't have to trim it down. It will still have a nice mat around the edge. So I cut both of those at 4.5. I'm going to stack them together just to save my cuts. I will cut them both down at 6.5. You could always use your variety mats that come with collections, and you can always use different sizes. Let me set this to the side for a second. So the way this is supposed to go is they should be pretty much side by side, kind of like this. And then you will have space along the top that you can do embellishments. You'll have space through here that you can do some embellishment clusters. And of course, you can always do journaling along the top or the bottom. That was when it's a one-page spread. But I want to create a second page to go with this. And I'm going to use the same color cardstock. This time I'm gonna do a 4.5 by 6.5, but I'm gonna place it horizontally on the page. And I'm also gonna do a 4.5 inch square. Actually, before I cut that, let me go ahead and do this one. So that's 4.5 by 5.5. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to a 4.5 inch square. I'm going to make another 4.5 inch square off of a piece I had left over earlier. And then I'm going to see where we're at, whether or not I want more for this side. Because I don't want to cover up all of my stripes, where you can't really tell what's going on. But I think if I went up a little and down a little, maybe. I don't know yet for sure. I can't decide how high and how low to go on this. Hmm. I'm I'm liking this, except that I feel like the bottom of this one needs to be even with the bottom of these. So I either need to go up a little on those. Maybe I'll stagger those. I don't have to do exactly what the sketch did, since I'm changing it up anyway. Okay, yes, I think I like this, but I do think I want something to go along the top. That's an awful lot of blank space. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to use this star banner chain, I believe is what it was called. Yes, star banner chain. And I'm going to make 2 banners to go across the top. It will work with this particular layout. A lot of times I punch on cardboard so that it can catch the trash. And remember, all the secret boxes are going to come with a order maker cartridge. They've told us that this year. They don't always tell us things, but they're telling us in this case. All right, let me throw away the trash. And then I will reload to do my second one. I won't take time to do this during the video, but I may end up layering the green star banner chain with another color. It's pulling the color of the mats up, but since this layout has so much color from the fun papers, it would probably be fun to do a second color of this to go with it as well. So I'm going to take this along the top of each side and have it even together. And then let me pull out my photo mats to show you how your actual photos would go on this. I think it could be fun to use the corner rounder on some of these. And obviously you've still got plenty of space for a journaling box, or even to just journal along the bottom of the layout. And lastly, I don't usually adhere my embellishments until I know where my photos are going to go and what photos are going to go on the layout. But I did pull some of the embellishments that I liked from this collection. And so I have some choices. I don't know where to put them to choose from. So I'm just going to lay them over here. I like this because of the cloud and sun paper down here. Some of them had some words, well, like happy There was Having Fun, Feeling Bright. That's the name of this collection too, was Feeling Bright. That was the name of this particular secret box. Love this. Looking Ahead. I like that. I pulled out a couple of different sunshines because I liked how that worked as well. Right now I'm liking this one with that. There's the other sunshine. You Light Up My Life and Love Moments Like This. So, da-da. Friends are the sunshine of life. That's what this one says. I'm going to go back to either Having Fun or Love This and probably use it over here like that. Yeah, I think that's all. I think that's all I'm going to do for now. I won't actually adhere these until I have my photos on. I know I've already said that, but I just wanted to reiterate it. And I'll probably like fix this little collage here. Oh, look, I've got it spanning both pages, which you can do. You just have to then cut them apart from one page to the next, but that would be a little bit difficult. So I am going to need to adjust somehow, either where this goes across like this because of the words, or just move the entire cluster over here to the to the right hand side, which I think I can do that too. Yeah, I can. All right, so this is the layout for this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, giving me the thumbs up, commenting, anything you can do to help me reach more people. I do have a very lofty goal of how I want to grow my page this year. So please help me out. Kristi's Cropping and Creating. Tell all your scrapbooking friends to come and watch. And I hope you all have a great rest of the day, rest of the week, whatever time frame you're watching this in. And happy cropping. See you next week, I hope.